Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining New York Zoo. So, New York Zoo is another polyomino game by Uwe Rosenberg. So you are moving this elephant up to 4 spaces, so between 1 and 4 spaces in a 2-player or a 4-player game. In a 3 or 5-player game, you're moving it 1 to 3 spaces. These boards will be different for each player count, and the number on the bottom right hand corner tells you the order of play. So what does the movement look like? Your movement might be to there for one spot, in which case you would be taking one of the polyomino pieces and placing it somewhere on your board. It can be anywhere. If you have a piece here, you don't have to join to it. You can put the next piece over there. There's nothing to link things together. Whenever you place a spot on the board, these are pens for animals. So you would put one of your animals onto that. That one animal can come out of the spaces available as those little houses. On your next turn, you may decide to stop there. If you stop here, you are gaining 1 meeple of each of the animals, or 1 aneeple, I don't know what these guys are called, but 1 of each of the animals into your zoo. If you picked up the same animal as you already had, you could place it into the area, but because I don't have the same animal, they have to go over here. On a future turn, if I moved to here, for example, I would then place this piece somewhere, and I would then choose, I think I'll put a kangaroo onto that one. That's the essence of the adding of various types of animal. If we keep moving forward, let's say, for example, he stops there, picks up those. They can be placed straight onto the spaces simply because I already have those animals. On the next turn, he may decide 1, 2, 3, 4 to go after this one. He'll place that in somewhere, place an animal on it. But what's also happened is he's passed one of these spots. There was one back there, but I ignored it because no one has that type of animal yet. One of these spots, this is called the breeding spot. So any field that you have 2 of the same animal in, of that type of animal, which is these guys, will breed a 3rd one. If you have 2 different fields with that type of animal, each of those fields will breed 1. If you have many animals, you will only be able to breed 1 per field. In a smaller player count game, so a 2 or 3 player game, you also, at this point, can breed 1 of the other fields. So if you have 3 fields of this type of animal with at least 2 on each field, you could go for all 3 fields, or you could do 2 of these fields and 1 of these. Or in this case, I've only been able to do 1 of these fields. I could also do 1 of the other fields. Whenever we pass a breeding spot, it's not just the person whose turn it was that does the breeding. Everyone at the table does the breeding if they're able to, and everyone follows those same rules. Let's take a few more steps forward. For example, he'll go there. He might go here and add this one. Now, when he adds this, he must put an animal on. He could put the penguin onto it, or he could take the kangaroos and put them across. So now I've got 2 fields of kangaroos that are able to breed, but I don't have any that can breed for penguins. Penguins will breed over here. When you take animals, so if, for example, I stop here, I would place 1. This guy can't be placed, so he must be placed over here. If at the same time I actually already had that, because I've placed 1 of that type of animal, I could then place that guy also into the field. Now, at some point, this field is going to get completely filled up. What now happens is all of the animals on that field are removed. You may hang on to 1 in your little huts if you have space. If you don't, then it has to be removed. And because that's been removed, I can then add 1 of these big spots. The whole idea of the game is that the first person to completely fill their area wins. So the way to fill your area is with these big spots. There's only a couple of these really large ones. There's a whole bunch of the smaller ones, and the singles are unlimited. And so what you're trying to do is basically build up these polyomino shapes to fill up your space. If you can't put an animal onto a polyomino, you can't take the polyomino. So if you can't move an animal onto it, you can't take the new field. The other thing to bear in mind is if you land on one of these spots, so you need to take 2 animals, you could, rather than taking those 2 animals, take a single animal of a different type, if that's what you're trying to do. You may notice this little question mark. What that allows you to do is, if you're trying to decide, oh, do I want that one? You can put that little question mark to say that's where I've taken the piece from. And you can try that piece out in various locations around your field to see if it's going to fit. Bearing in mind, that's not a legal placement because it goes outside of our brown area. And we also can't place fields over the top of other fields. So you could try it out and go, no, I don't want it. I will instead go for this one. Or I do want it, I'll place it there, and then remove the question mark. Look, I will leave it there. Please go ahead and watch my gameplay to get a feel for how the game actually plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.